So Scotty by nature.
What's going on?
I am good, man. You are hyped. You are ready. I got to get my spirits up too. I'm like, wait a minute. I can't be the only one hype over here. Let the people know, man, the kind of content that you make on YouTube.
Okay, so I'm Scotty by Nature TV, and I do similar content to Storm. I talk about, celebrity gossip, hot topics, but I also do reality TV recaps as well. So that's pretty much what it is.
That's pretty much what it is. So let's rewind it back a little bit, Scotty. Why did you get into YouTube? What made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Okay, so here's the thing. I first started off this. It's a story behind it. So, on Facebook, they used to have those notes. It was like a note application. You could probably call them like blogs or something like that. You just write notes and you post them on Facebook. And I would write one every single day, and everybody would, come to the notes every day just to see what I'm talking about. So one day I decided to pull out, it was like a Kodak digital camera, and I decided to start filming videos. And then I was like, okay, I don't have to write notes anymore. I can just do the videos. So I was just doing videos on Facebook. And then I was in college at the time. So, I was like, I have some of my college friends come on the videos with me, and we'll just have different topics that we would discuss. And then the videos started making traction where I'm from, because I'm from Mississippi. So it started making traction in the area that I was from. So I'll go into the malls and stuff like that, and people would recognize me, and they'll be like, ain't you that boy that be doing those videos on Facebook? And I'm like,
oh, you was a whole local celebrity.
I was like, oh my God. So then as people were watching them, a lot of my friends was like, well, you should go to YouTube. And I'm like, I'm not going over there. Like, they're not going to be dragging me. And back then, this was like 2009 when I was doing that. And back then I was watching the Scorpion show back then. And I was watching Spoken Reasons and Sweet Addictions TV as well. Those were my main three people that I was looking at.
Oh, they own Black YouTube back then.
They did. And I think I made my very first video for YouTube in 2009, but I didn't post it until 2010. So that's really why I got into YouTube, mainly looking at, because I kept on looking at Kevin and Mikhail, and I was like, I can do the same. I can do all that. Like, I could do just what they doing. I'm just a little bit more country with mine, but I could do what they doing. So that's why I did it.
And that's okay. Because I kind of wonder why because everybody has their own story of how they fell into YouTube. Like I made my first video in 2016, but then I didn't do anything until like the end of 2018. So I'm like, man, I wasted like 2 years that I could have been, you know what I mean? But whatever.
See, people don't realize that I've been doing YouTube consistently since 2010. Like, this past October just made 12 years of me doing YouTube, but I didn't really get nowhere until 2 years ago. So some people are just now finding me. And, a lot of that was due to inconsistencies and stuff like that, or bad quality videos. Because for a long time, my quality was bad as hell. But, once I got it better, then that's when everybody came. So some people don't know I've been doing it for 12 years. Some people think I'm still a new YouTuber, and it feels like I'm still a new YouTuber. I even changed my name. My name wasn't always Scotty by Nature either. So.
Oh, I got you. But here's the thing. I always feel like it doesn't matter how long, because when it comes to YouTube, dude, tomorrow you could go viral.
That's true.
And your whole life could change. So I try to tell people, even when like they do consults with me, it's like, no, it's not going to happen overnight. Well, such and such blew up overnight. That's such and such's journey.
That's what I tell people too when they come to me sometimes, because I be like, why y'all don't go to people like Storm or somebody like that? Like, I ain't that big. You go over that hill. But they'll be like, you've been doing it for a long time, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, you can't focus on what other people are doing, and you can't focus on your numbers all the time, because you never know what your breakthrough might be. And you may have many breakthroughs that push you, because I had many. So you never know.
You just never know. And you never know what kind of content your audience wants from you.
Yes, that's true.
I ain't gonna say who this is, but we was in a consult and she kept talking about Tisa Tales. And she like, well, Tisa Tales, and shout out to Tisa Tales, by the way.
Love Tisa Tales.
Her. And I'm like, okay, but that's Tisa. We talk about you. That works for Tisa. That might not work for you. You know what I mean? So, okay, I love that. I love that. Consistency is what matters. You ain't got to tell us what part of Mississippi, but my people from Mississippi too.
What part?
Sugarlock. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I don't know what that is. I'm in the Jackson area. I'm not in Jackson, but I'm like outside of Jackson.
Okay, yeah, my dad lived there years ago, probably like 16, 17 years ago. We used to live in Jackson. Yeah. I know Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah. Nice people. They can cook their ass off. That's what people don't understand. Mississippians will feed you. Like,
oh, they will. You go to anybody's house, they're gonna give you a plate.
Anybody's house. Whenever I go to Mississippi, I'm walking. Well, it's because Sugar Lock is a real small town, so I can still walk around barefoot. I walk around barefoot. People wave. You hungry, baby? Ain't you such and such? They think I'm part of their family. They don't even know. They gonna feed me in.
That sound like this.
And I'm safe. I'm talking to strangers. You know, it's just like whatever. But
it's a big difference. It's a big difference because being from here, I'm used to speaking to people everywhere I go. But then when I go to places like New York and I bring that same hospitality, they look at me like I'm crazy. So I'm like, okay, you know, I know not to do that here. So
New York is a different beast, my God, different beast.
Yes, it is.
So let me ask you this, okay? When you were doing YouTube, not just in the beginning, but I would say like midway, where you know, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is my thing, right? Were you afraid of like messing up your job? Were you afraid of like, oh my God, they may see one of my videos? Did you go through that at all?
I didn't care about that because I was working at the Dollar General when I was doing videos, so I didn't care about them seeing it. What could they say? What could they say? Okay. Like I was working as a damn, what was it? What was I doing? I was like a key holder. That's like equivalent to a manager. I was like a key holder making like $9.25, $9.50 an hour because I didn't have nothing else to do. And you know, and I didn't get that job until like my 4th year on YouTube, so I wasn't worried about them finding it. I wanted them to find it, to be honest, so they can fire me. Honestly, I didn't care.
And they weren't gonna fire you because one thing about it, boy, I used to work. I worked for Dollar General too, outside of St. Louis, and in this little town called Kirksville, Missouri. I was never a key holder. I'm good, but man, when I tell you that job will humble you,
it will. It will humble you and it will kind of help you out with patience. Because before I started working there, I didn't have any patience. I would just pop off if you tried me. But now I know how to walk away from things because I was forced to have to walk away from things. So
because people would try you over 25 cents. You like 25 cents, ma'am.
Oh yes, I had an umbrella swung at me before. Like it was crazy.
I had a meth head tell me he was gonna kung fu my ass. I had a white lady call me colored. It was just a lot. It was
working at their store is a lot. You see a whole lot of characters there.
You do. Oh my God. Okay, so we got that in common. So that also gives people out there hope. Like, don't give up on what you want to do just because your current situation is not ideal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because being from Mississippi, you can feel stuck. And for a long time, I felt stuck, which is why I aspired to leave and go to Atlanta. I'm always in Atlanta anyway. So why not make that my permanent residence?
Oh, you want to move here to Atlanta?
Yeah, I do. It's been on my mind for the last year because I feel like I've outgrown Mississippi. And with all of the opportunities that I've been able to get being on YouTube over the last year, I feel like it would be the best move for me to go to Atlanta because it's not much here in Mississippi. It's not. And I have to be honest about that. It's not. Love Mississippi, but I don't know if it's for me anymore.
Okay, what's stopping you?
Well, I would say that I am family oriented. You know, I'm a mama's boy. My baby brother is like 11 years my junior, so I pretty much helped raise him in a sense. You feel what I'm saying? Like I took care of him. I bought him stuff, what he wanted, what he needed. Anytime he needed something, he always knew to call me. If my mama couldn't do it, I was doing it. And plus, I'm very attached to my baby brother, and I'm attached to my mom and my cousins and stuff like that. So it's always been me and them. So I know that would be a challenge for me, but I know that I've been here all 33 years of my life, so it's time for a change. That's how I feel.
Okay, I get that's understandable, especially like if you help raise a sibling, you feel like that's your kid. So I get that. I get that. And sometimes I be forgetting, like, oh, people love their families. I be forgetting. I be forgetting sometimes, like, okay.
Yeah. I love my family. It's some people that I don't like in my family, but I love my family. That's what I will say.
Well, the good thing is to fly from Atlanta to Mississippi is not that bad of a flight, right?
No, it's like 45 minutes to an hour, and it's cheap. So everybody wonder why I'm always in Atlanta. I said, because it's not far. It's like a 6-hour drive, but flying, it's like no more than an hour. Like, I just getting on the plane and I get myself comfortable. I'm already getting off.
That ain't bad at all.
It's not. It's not.
Okay, cool. Well, whenever you ready, you'll make that transition.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be very soon, though. Trust me.
Now, speaking of family, the holidays is coming up. So I just want to ask you, Scotty, what's your plate gonna be looking at? Like, is it high vibrational or is it gonna be low vibrational?
It might be a little low vibrational. I don't care. It's gonna be
my plate finna be real low vibrational this
real low vibrational. I don't care what the coach got to say. Whatever you got to say. If it's gonna give hood rat, it's just gonna give hood rat. I don't mind giving it. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Let me ask you something. How did your family react to you being on YouTube?
So I tried to keep it a secret. And I would say that my mom was very supportive of it. I don't know how she found. I don't even know how she found that I was doing videos. She knew I was doing them on Facebook, but I don't know how. I really don't remember how she found that I was doing them on YouTube. Okay. But she was very supportive. However, me doing those videos caused a little bit of problems for me and some of my family members, because in addition to me doing reality recaps and stuff like that, I was also talking about my real life stuff and stuff that was going on in my life. So when I was talking about like real life stuff and I was talking about my strained relationships with certain family members and stuff like that, it kind of, me not knowing that they even knew I had a YouTube channel and them actually watching it, they saw those videos and they got upset with me. I didn't really care about them being mad because it was my truth, but it caused a little bit of a rift for a while, but they got over it, child.
And they will get over it. And I wanted you to bring that point up because that also, like, that keeps a lot of people from getting on the mic, man. Well, I don't want to make people mad. I don't want to. If you telling your truth, fuck what somebody got to say.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Either you're gonna accept it and stand in it, or you're gonna be mad. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna care if you're mad. That may be that Aquarius thing in me. I don't know. But if you're mad about it, then oh well. I say it.
Get over it. Now, I'm also interested in knowing, what is the LGBT scene like in Mississippi?
I wouldn't know. I don't fuck with none of them around here, so I wouldn't know.
Oh wow.
But I'm for real, like, I don't really be in the scene like that. I've gone to like gay clubs and stuff like that.
They have them out there.
Yeah, they do. Maybe I only know one, and that's the one in Jackson. But okay. I haven't been to any other gay clubs out here since I was like 20. Was it my 27 or 28 birthday? And I'm now 33, so that's been years ago. I haven't been, but I mean, you see some of the same people. It's like I don't have much in common with a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing negative. I don't think I'm better than them or nothing like that. It's just that I don't have anything in common with them. So it's I don't know. It's just like a disconnect there. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
You know what's weird? I've talked to a lot of people who, when it comes to their dating life, they go outside their city. And they have more success outside their city than they do at home. A lot of people is like
I date a lot of people. I don't date anyone here. They're all outside of the city, all outside of the state. I don't date nobody.
What's your favorite city to get some men's up out of?
Okay, so I dated people that lived in Virginia. I've dated people that lived in Atlanta. I've dated people that lived in Texas. It was one in Memphis before, one in Alabama. It was quite a few of them outside of the state, but I think the one that I liked the most was I think it was somebody. Was it New York or New Jersey? It was one of them. But I think Atlanta was my favorite because it's a lot of people that I could meet. But but the person in Virginia was the best person because they appreciate coming to Mississippi and seeing the country shit that I think nobody would really want to see. But because they traveled a lot, so they understood what it was like to see different places. So I admire that. But okay. Yeah, that's just what it is.
Okay, so the favorite one was out of Virginia.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hey, you just never know. Hey, okay, you just never know.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course you dated dudes out of Atlanta. So if you move here, then you literally got like.
I have a lot of choices.
Yeah. I heard a lot of them ain't got a place to stay, and they'll fuck up your credit. So just be careful.
Well, listen, I have dated. That's probably why I don't date in Mississippi no more. They do the same thing here. Now they ain't never messed up my credit, but they took a lot of my money. I will say that. I was trying to help them out, but whatever.
Let's see what they do here, and it's male or female. What they do here is while you sleeping, they'll go and copy your credit card information and run your shit up. This is Scam Lanta. I'm just letting you know when you get here, everybody gonna say they do this. Everybody got a business and don't do no business. Everybody's a producer.
Listen, everybody is everybody in Atlanta.
Everybody. I'm gonna tell you this what they do. You see somebody living good, they strip, they sell ass literally, or drugs. There you go. And then the rest are legit people. You know what I mean? But
yeah. It's
Atlanta people gonna be mad at me that I said
that. You know it.
Now, speaking of reality TV, over the years it's changed so much. Do you think we're at a point that reality TV is not as interesting anymore? Because think about it, it's the same formula. Every show starts off positive, then they gotta introduce the fighting at some point, the drama. So, do you think we've already reached like our pinnacle of reality TV?
I kind of think so. I mean, because they are going cycles if you think about it. Because at first, you had your regular reality shows like Starring Over and stuff like that, and then you started getting into the Flavor of Love, and then everybody had a love show, and then you had Big Brother and Survivor, and then everybody started doing a competition show. Then you had American Idol. Then there's more singing competition shows. Then you had Making a Band, and you had people like, I think Rick Ross had a show called Signed or something like that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Then you got the Housewives of Atlanta. Then you had that same format Love and Hip Hop used, but made it more ratchet. Then it's all, it's all the same. And then you're starting to realize that people really do stuff just for the sake of having a storyline and having camera time, and it takes away from the authenticity of it. And now you start to realize that, okay, maybe none of this was ever real to begin with. I mean, you just had Safari in the blogs saying that whole storyline with Lyrica Anderson and A1 was fake the entire time, which I kind of felt like it was fake anyway, but I was just watching it like it's all my children or some shit. And it's like, Love and Hip Hop has become a modern day ratchet version of As the World Turns and General Hospital and shit like that. It's basically a primetime soap opera. That's all it really is. And you can tell they really do stuff just for the sake of being on reality TV to have a storyline to be interesting. And I think that's where the disconnect is starting to come from, because a lot of it is becoming boring. Like, I'm getting bored with all of it now. So I watch it out the strength that I have to talk about it, but it's like,
and I feel you on that, especially with Love and Hip Hop. To me, once Jocelyn left Love and Hip Hop, it has not been the same. Like,
yeah, and I think they switched production companies too, and it doesn't even feel like Love and Hip Hop anymore. Like, I tried to watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta this past season, and I stopped after the 3rd episode, because that used to be my premier reality show. I loved Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but now I can't stomach it anymore.
It's the same thing with Love and Hip Hop New York. It's not the same either. Like,
yeah, this is terrible.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. Because it's just like you know, you want to look at TV, but then it's like everything's reality. Then after a while, it all becomes the same, and you like,
yes, it does. It does.
You're like,
and
damn.
scripted is making a comeback. So
Slowly but surely, it sure is.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Now, speaking of reality, who is your favorite reality star, like, of all time?
that is a hard question. Who is my favorite reality star of all time? Okay, I'm gonna be on the safe side and I'm gonna say this person because not only are they one of my favorite reality stars, but they're also one of my favorite artists. And I'm gonna say my favorite reality star is K Michelle. Because before she came on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I was a huge fan. I had all her mixtapes, all her singles, all of that. She follows me on Twitter. That was before I even had a YouTube. She followed me on Twitter. I've been to 4 of her concerts, met her 2 or 3 times already. She know me by name, all that good stuff. So it's just like, I love K Michelle, and I know that she's very polarizing. You know, a lot of people like her, but then a lot of people can't stand her. And her music speaks for itself too. Like, I don't care about her attitude. You know, I know that she can be wrong. I called her out on many videos of mine, but also lifted her up at the same time. But she's also a great artist, and I love her. And she from Memphis, and Memphis like 2 hours away from me. So it's just like, you know, I relate to her in a lot of ways. A lot of her story I can relate to. So I love her.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, man, when it comes to K Michelle, when it comes to Jessica Dime, I think she's from Memphis too.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing they do surprises me because they remind me of Memphis chicks. Like, that's how Memphis.
Yeah.
Like, Memphis is very in your face,
very
country, like, throw down in the streets and go get some barbecue after. That's just that's Memphis. Like,
yes.
You know, even when I've been to Memphis, I'm like, damn, this reminds me of East St. Louis. I don't know if you've ever been to St. Louis, but
I've never been to St. Louis.
I'm like, damn, it's the same kind of feel. But yeah, it's like people like, oh my God, K Michelle is so crazy. I'm like, well, don't go to Memphis.
Please don't, because I've been a couple of times and I've always been scared. Every time I go, I'll be like, seriously. I went the day after Young Dolph had passed away, and I was so scared when I went up there. I was like, "Are y'all sure y'all want to go? Like, are y'all sure y'all want to go up there?" I was so scared. Oh my God!
Oh,
but,
wow!
You know, we had a good time though. We still had a good time.
But that's cool that you've met her. So, what is K Michelle like in person?
Oh my God! So when I first met K Michelle, like literally, she had a concert in Jackson. And it was like a regular concert. It wasn't like no VIP or anything like that. She just was there to perform and leave. So after the concert was over, she would like, they had like this little rail that was separating all of us from her. And she was walking through and she looked up and she saw me. She recognized me from Twitter, and she told her security guard to bring me around the rail. So I came around the rail, and then she let me come backstage with her. And I was just expecting her to be like so loud and crazy and in your face like she is on TV, but she was really, really sweet. And she told me she'd be watching my social media. She'd be checking in on me all the time. She said, you probably don't know it, but I'm always watching. I'm always checking in to see how you doing and stuff. Like, how you been? Are you good? Like, she's amazing in person. And anytime I've ever been in her presence, she always asks me, are you good? Are you sure? You know, blah, blah, always. So
she's real. She's real then. That's a real one. And that's why I tell people too, when you look at somebody, you know, on TV or in a movie, whatever, they are doing a job.
Yes.
And people will legitly judge these people as if like, oh, you're your character that you no, that's a job.
Yes.
Embrace you. Like, she didn't have to do that.
Right. I'm sorry. They're mowing the yard. I'm sorry.
It's the spirit of K Michelle. But seriously, though, that means that she's a real one. So I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I love to hear that. Okay. I'm going to tell you my favorite reality star of all time, Tiffany Pollard.
I think think that's everybody's favorite. I know when I was in high school when Flavor Love came out when I was like a junior in high school. Oh my God.
And I was in junior high.
Oh my God. Like, I'm sorry for all that. They out there mowing the yard. But I was a junior in high school when Flavor Love first came out. And what's so funny about it was when I first heard of New York, I did not like New York when I first started watching it. It was up until I saw the reunion that I started liking her. And couldn't nobody tell me anything about her anymore. Like, she's the reason why I bought all the Flavor Love DVDs. Listen, I was a huge fan of New York. But I feel like that's the standard answer. That's partially why I didn't say it, because I know everybody loves New York. But
see, I really love New York. I remember her from Flavor of Love 1 and 2. You feel me? I love New York 1 and 2. They were supposed to do I Love New York 3, but VH1 started canceling reality shows after that dude got killed from I Love Money. Mm-hmm. New York Goes to Hollywood, New York Goes to Work. It was one, like, when I tell you, I actually know her shit. She's from Utica, New York. Like, people people don't even understand. She didn't even want to do reality TV. She took it as a joke. She really wanted to be an actress, but then it just kind of took off. Mm-hmm. Listen, if I ever get the chance to interview her, it's up in the stuff.
Oh, I will be watching. You know I'll be watching anyway, so you know I'll be watching.
Between her and Sister Patterson,
you should interview them both at the same time.
You know what? We're gonna manifest that, because but I love that though, because they just, to me, I bet if I met her in person, she's probably really sweet, just like you met Kay, and Kay is really sweet.
Yeah, because when people meet me in person, because like when I've gone out of town and stuff, there have been people that met me in person that recognize me from YouTube, and I'm pretty shy versus what I give on my videos. So they're absolutely surprised when they see me. They're like, "Oh my God, I thought you'd be so happy." I'm like, "Girl, I can't believe you even know me."
yes, the people know you. Yes.
I'm like, I ain't like when they be like, "Oh my God, I be watching your videos all the time," and I was like, "Girl, I ain't nobody. Don't be, I ain't nobody." But then they be like, "Yes, you are. Don't say that." Blah blah blah. It's just me being modest, I guess. I don't
look. The people love you. Accept all the love. Just
right.
And you know what? You may even meet more of your subscribers when you move to Atlanta. I've been walking. They go, "Hey, Storm," down the street. Through Atlanta, "Hey, Storm." I done seen them at the store. It's a lot of black people in Vegas.
Yeah.
So if you go to Vegas, you're gonna see a lot of your fans there too. And I've
seen them here in Mississippi. I've seen them in Atlanta, and I've seen them in Houston as well.
Yep.
So yeah, that's true.
And they run right up on you. "Hey, I love your stuff." Oh my God.
It'd be so shocking to me. I remember one of the first times I had an encounter with someone that recognized me from YouTube. Right, so I was in the Galleria with a friend of mine, and I was in this store, and then because some of them was following me on Facebook, and I didn't realize that they found me on Facebook too. So some of them was following me on Facebook, and the guy saw, I had my nearby friends thing on or something like that, and the guy noticed that I was nearby. He worked in the mall, and he came in the store where I was, and he kind of startled me at first, because I was like, "Oh my God." He was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm meeting you, blah, blah, blah. Because he messaged me first and asked me, "Are you in the gallery?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he came in the store and he found me. And ultimately, he went and got his own YouTube channel now. And I actually featured him on one of my videos too. And I hung out with him a couple of months ago when I was in Houston. So, but that was like, how many years ago was that when I met him? That was like 2016. I was there for a K Michelle concert.
Okay.
And, that's when I met him, and it was so hilarious. It was so funny. But thinking about it now, it's so funny. But that was like one of the first. And then another one, I was going in Route 21 in the mall here, and this girl just screamed when she saw me. I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck going on with her?" And then she was like, "I know you. You on YouTube?" I said, "You did all that for me?"
yes, absolutely. Because we entertain, we do our thing, and we go about our business. I don't know about you, but like, we kind of low key forget that we do this because it's our job, right?
Yeah, like I don't be thinking about that while I'm out. I just be out having a good time, out shopping, doing whatever. And then some people walk up on me and they'll tell me they know me from YouTube. Like even at my job, people come in there all the time and they'll tell me that they know me from YouTube. It was somebody a higher up at my job knew me from YouTube. I'm like, I still got a job.
Now, do you be reading the girls down, or do you like professionally read? How do you? I know how you read, but tell the people that don't know, like, how do you? Because I've seen some of your reads, and
it's a little bit of both.
Okay,
I say that.
Y'all need to go see his interview with Letitia Mama. What's her name?
Miss Wanda. Hilarious.
That was a good interview, and that was a good way of you held her accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Was entertaining, and you was lightweight shading her though too. I almost called it. Ow.
This is the thing. Miss Wanda knows I shade her.
Okay.
She knows it. So because she was the reason why. Okay, let me give you the backstory on this, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
She shouted me out on one of her lives one day, and one of my subscribers sent it to my DMs on Instagram. She was on a live and she just shouted me out, and she was like, she called me Scotty by Nation. First of all, not Scotty by nature, but Scotty by Nation. That's an ongoing joke. And she's all the time. So a YouTuber by the name of Bondi Blue, she who's a good friend of mine, she told me, I don't know what you waiting on. You need to go ahead and go after that interview. Go on and get that interview. She already know you. She already watch you. Go on and get the interview. Another YouTuber by the name of Jamie That's Me said the same thing. Josiah's World TV said, so it's other different bloggers that I know and are good friends with. They all encourage me to go after it. So good. I emailed her people and they got right back to me. And I told her before we even went live, I said, now you already know what I give. Now you know I shade you down on just about every video. Oh, I know. I'm all for it. I know you're going to shade me in this interview. That she knows what I'm going to give. She know I'm not going to be fake about it when she comes up there. She knows what I give. Like most of the people that I've interviewed, they know that I shade them. They know it. So it's like. But
I love that they a good sport about it. You know what I mean? I love that.
I'm not malicious with the things that I say about them. You know, I give them a little shade, or sometimes I might read them for something that they did, and they know it. But they know they like me because I'm unbiased. That's really what it is. So She knew I was going to do it. Like I was trying not to laugh too at some parts because it was some parts that was so funny to me, and I was really trying not to laugh.
It was so funny. She just her and her perm, and it's just it just reminds me of everything I saw in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, she's still stuck there, but that's okay.
It's okay. We gonna let her be. But I definitely wanted to bring that interview up because it was a good combination of holding somebody accountable, holding the audience's attention, and shading the shit out of her because she needed.
I was so nervous that day. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. That whole day, I was scared she was gonna pull out of the interview. And the second part was I did not have any questions ready until an hour before. Number 3, I did not know what I was going to wear. I had already ordered that blue suit just because. And I said, I need something to wear for this interview. I need something to wear because this is my first big interview. I need something to wear. But it's not really my first big interview because I've interviewed, like before that, I interviewed like 2 of the girls from another own network show, Bell Collective. So this really wasn't my first big interview, but it was my big interview because that interview got the most watches on there out of all of them I've done. Exactly. So I know everybody gonna be watching this. Love and Marriage Charlottesville, a big show. They're gonna be watching it. So I made up my questions like an hour beforehand. I picked out what I was gonna wear like 15 minutes before. I wasn't prepared at all because I was just preparing myself for the worst. I'm like, she's not gonna come. She's not gonna come. She's not gonna come. Then she came, and the interview went well. I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to hold the audience attention or nothing like that. And it was just like, I came in there and I went in and everybody told me I did a good job. And that you is a good thing too, because I saw that you shared it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, stop sharing I must have really did a good job. Oh my
Yeah. I was like, I want to make sure people come see this because
yes, that was.
And you know what? Believe it or not, sometimes when we just, not that you winged it, but like you said, I ain't had my questions an hour before. Sometimes that's the best. Sometimes not even knowing what you're gonna say, and then the conversation just flows.
Yeah, because like that was crazy. Even with the like, even in when I interviewed Kandi, that was even more nerve wracking for me because I had literally because somebody wanted to interview me. Like it was a smaller YouTuber, and he said he wanted to talk to me, and I'm the type of person that I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. So he asked me who was my dream interview, and I literally said Kandi Burruss was because she's one of my favorite reality stars. And she is a part of one of my favorite girl groups of the 90s. My favorites were TLC, SWV, and Escape. And she was also my favorite member of Escape. So I said, I want to interview Kandi. And I said, after Kandi, I want to interview K. Michelle. Those are my two. 2 months later.
Oh, you get K. Michelle. It's going to be good.
And then I said 2 months later, I got the Kandi interview. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, and you got it too. We all got it at the same time.
It was dope. It was dope how she did that. I didn't expect her to come over to mine. Speaking of reading somebody, because you already know. Yeah, everybody know how I felt about the restaurants when they gave me that raw food at Blaze. It made me take off my hat.
Oh my God. Oh, you couldn't wear hats in there?
No, you can't wear hats.
Oh my God. When I came to Atlanta, we were supposed to go to Blaze. But the thing about it was they told us that they can only seat like 4 people. And we had like a party of 8. So that's why we didn't go.
Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, that's weird.
Right. I never heard of that before. But that's what.
They could have just put the tables together. Okay. I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
I'll leave that alone. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on Blueface and Krishan? Because listen, with all the drama going on, I know the reality show on Zeus is about to do numbers. They may only have 1 season
at this point,
but this shit is literally like a bootleg version of Being Bobby Brown. If y'all remember that show,
it is disturbing to me. It's toxicity that is glorified, in my opinion. And every time they're in the blogs, they beating each other ass. And he accused her of cheating, or he performing sexual acts on her on Instagram live and stuff. And it's just like, and then they give them a Zeus show. And then I'm sitting up here talking all this shit about it, and I'm going to cover the show. Because I know everybody gonna watch it. So
everybody gonna watch it.
I duty to watch it. I feel like they are just toxicity on 10. I'm gonna look at it for the sake of my viewers, because it's the same way I did the Bad Boys Club, and that was horrible. But I'm gonna look at it, but it's just like, it'd be crazy to me when I look in the comments and I see people be like, I don't care what y'all say, I love them together. I'm like, why do you love them together? I don't.
Because toxic relationships are glorified right now. Everybody think it's cute, but what they don't see is the other side of it. He really loved me. He slapped the shit out of me, girl. He loved me. Like, no. He might really hurt you.
It's just like, I wonder back in the day that people glorify Mary J. Blige and KC's relationship. Because I would jokingly, I know one day and people sometimes can't understand my sense of humor. One time I put it on Instagram, and it was a picture of Mary J. Blige and KC from way back in the day. And I said, couple goals. It was supposed to be funny, but some people are like, why would you want to be? I'm just playing. I don't want no Mary and KC relationship. Now, if it'll give me a singing voice and give me some good songs like it did for her, I would love to have it. But other than that, no. She made her best music when she was with KC. Period. Okay.
That is true. Unfortunately, Mary J. Blige makes the best music when she is going through it.
And you know what? That's another thing. She's my top favorite artist. I love Mary J. Blige. I relate to her so much. I love her. Like her dark, depressed, moody ass music. That's my favorite from her.
It's everybody's. And she made the new music now. I'm beautiful. I'm fine. Ain't nobody fucking with that. They listen to her and they want to cry, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, like I will play What's the 411, My Life, Share My World, and Mary literally all day.
Yep.
No matter what mood I'm in, I play it all day. Now, if I want to be uplifted by her, okay, I'll play No More Drama, I'll play Growing Pains, I'll play the Breakthrough or something like that. But if I just want to listen to some good ass Mary music, those first 4 albums, I will play all day. Like
all day. That's just
going through nothing. I still play
it. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Okay, so we go to our fire round now, where I ask you questions. You give me the answer right off the top of your head. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, do you prefer hot weather or cold weather?
Hot weather.
You prefer to be the driver in the car or the passenger princess?
Passenger princess.
Okay. Favorite meal?
This is gonna sound so basic, but I like pizza and wings and rotel. I love it.
Okay.
Add meatballs to that too. Love it. I can eat that every day if I want to.
Damn. Oh, that sounds like a good. That sounds like I'm gonna go to sleep after I eat that.
Right.
Oh my god. What's your dream vacation?
It's one place. Okay, I've never been to Hawaii before, and I've always been interested in it. Like, you know, I have a brother that lived in Hawaii while he was in the Navy. Okay. And I never did ask him any stories about how it was being in Honolulu, but I always wanted to visit Hawaii as well as like Amsterdam because I'm fascinated with that type of stuff.
Okay, either Hawaii or Amsterdam. Okay, 2 different experiences, but dope places nonetheless. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Male celebrity that you have a crush on right now?
Lance Gross.
I thought you were about to name somebody. Always says Lance Gross.
I thought I had to choose one.
No, you can choose multiple. Go for it.
Okay, so Lance Gross, but my guilty crush is The Game.
Ah, he like a thug. They all like a thug.
Listen, the 20-something-year-old Scotty would have loved The Game. That's the type of dude that I used to go for when I was in my 20s. But as I'm getting older and I'm in my 30s, I love me some Lance Gross. But the 20-year-old in me love.
Ladies, what I tell y'all love the thugs. The niggas love everybody love the thugs.
I will also say Jadakiss too. I add Jadakiss to the list too.
Now that's okay. Why Jadakiss?
I don't know. I always thought that Jadakiss was a handsome guy, but seeing him on that versus battle made him even more handsome to me. Like he got this clear skin, and I don't know. I don't want to go too far up here, but I like him.
Okay, it's just you had a theme there, something like Lance Gross. Okay, so he liked chocolate. The Game, okay, the muscles, tattoos. Then you said Jadakiss. I was like, well, damn. Okay, you like what you like.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just funny though with Thug, not the Game, not Jason, y'all. I love that though. That is funny. Okay. The one regret you have in life, or do you have any regrets?
Do I really have any regrets? The only thing that I would say that I regret is not believing in me. Because for a long time, there's a lot of things that I could have accomplished or achieved, and I didn't do it at that time because I didn't believe in myself. Like, I feel like I'm happy with where I am on YouTube. It's growing as the days go by, but I feel like I could have been much farther had I believed in me more instead of second guessing myself or doubting myself or, because I have grown up like that. Like I grew up with, like depression and, self-doubt constantly. So I don't be thinking anybody's paying attention to me. So whenever I get some flowers from a person like yourself, or a person like Armand, or other people that I love, I take that to heart, because these, I'd be like, these people that are like huge and people that I watch all the time, they really see something in me that I don't see in myself. Because I think you're familiar with the YouTuber Forrest Rocks, and I think I already mentioned Bondi Blue and Ashley Miller and all them. They used to support me. Not used to, they still do, but they supported me from the very beginning. They always saw something in me that I just could not see. And I felt like, had I believed more in me, I would be much farther. But I don't regret it, because it came at the right time. I just feel like I should have had way more confidence than I did in the past. That's something I regret, not having the confidence. That's all.
Okay. And you know what? I think
I don't regret dropping out of college, because school just wasn't for me. It just wasn't.
I wish I would have dropped out of this shit.
But let me take that back. I didn't really drop out. That's the safe way to put it. I flunked out. However, it wasn't for me. Like, I went to school. That's okay. I went to school for journalism. It just wasn't for me. Like, after I graduated high school, I really didn't want to go to college. I really only went because I felt like that would be something that my mother would be proud of me for doing. That's the only reason why I went. She never forced me to go, but I wanted my mother to be proud of me, And she's always told me, you don't have to go if you don't want to, but I wanted that, I wanted to make her smile. But she smiles when I do this. She watched you too, by the way. I told her I had an interview with you. She was like, "Oh,
okay." Shout out to moms, but you know what? You're right. If it wasn't for you, it just wasn't for you, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I knew journalism wasn't gonna work out for me, because every news station was talking about, oh, you got to have a clean shaven face. Now things have changed.
Yeah,
but that was 2011 when I started college. Yeah, back then.
Yeah, so it's like, because even my sister has like a degree. My mother has 2 degrees. And even my sister said, like, I remember one time I was thinking back, maybe about 3 years ago, and I was saying, maybe I should go back and finish off my journalism degree. My sister was like, why? Why put yourself through all that debt? You paid off all your student loans already. Why put yourself through all that debt when you already doing what you were going to school for anyway? You don't have to go to school for it. You're already doing it. So I'm like, okay.
You're already doing it. Facts. So, Scotty, it's been a pleasure, man. Tell the people once again where they can follow you and find you on social media. Where can they find you at?
Well, of course, my YouTube channel is right up under here, Scotty by Nature TV, and my Instagram is also and my TikTok that I still don't know how to work. I do not know how to work TikTok, but I got it. My Instagram and my TikTok is also Scotty by Nature TV, no underscores, no nothing, just straight Scotty by Nature TV. And my Twitter, if we continue to have it, is Scotty by Nature 1.
Oh my God, I don't know what's gonna happen with Twitter, man. Well, okay. But thank you, Scotty, for coming up. You enjoy your day, man. It's been fun, and I'll talk to you soon.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.